it feels so good being in that room.
Yeah. Well,
and
we'll be there in a few weeks at some point when you can make it.
Definitely. It's looking like an every 3 weeks kind of thing potentially. But yeah, it just feels really good, man. It feels really good to reset and then kind of build up a reputation in a new place and get to know new people and decide like these are the best. I want to play the best. I want to learn how to beat the best. And yeah, it's a jumping off point.
And you know, you've been there a couple times already. I haven't, and you can kind of show me around a little bit when you get there. And
Definitely.
So
yeah,
shoot well, sir.
Have some fun.
Definitely hit mine late.
Oh,
definitely. I lost my line.
I was on the other side.
I lost my line the other day that way.
I will take the break.
And what format are we gonna go with? We're gonna do the Masters.
Yeah, let's do Masters to start. Yeah.
So then, if you're
so if I'm breaking, you just choose 8-ball or 9-ball. Yeah, that's the traditional choice.
It's so funny. It was listening to doing the commentating again. You're bringing up all the same things that I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So an example would be, you were talking in there about, I can just relate to everything, how you feel.
Yeah.
You don't want to know certain things. I don't like anybody talking to me when I'm shooting pool.
I get the same. Yeah, I get the same way.
Last thing I want to hear is that psychological nice shot.
Right.
You go miss these. Let me just stay focused. You know.
Yeah, because people will certainly use it to shark you, but even if they're not, it can still be. It can still be a little funny.
Yes, let that in. It can happen. There was something else you had said. There was something along the lines of.
Hey, thanks for the feedback, Punch. I'm trying to get this dialed in. I have to get my settings. Let's do this. All right, let's see. See if that calms it down a little bit.
Balls don't come out clear, so they're not going to see my balls are dirty here.
No, that shouldn't matter too much. All right, we'll see if I can. It's coming through a little laggy, so I might have to be back and forth on the controls there. That'll give me some time. I saw it on the monitor.
I was too aggressive.
I saw it.
I was
Yeah,
too aggressive.
it's hard to get there. It's hard to get there. Well, the stream is having a hard time, so I might have to be working on that periodically. Yeah, thank you.
I seen how that guy said he didn't like you. I seen that too.
What? Never heard of that. Don't get the cue ball from the tray for me. Kidding me, dude? There's nothing mystical about these, you know, like they're just physical objects. Good hit?
Oh, no.
Okay.
That's it. All in there.
Yeah. It's such a delicate balance that like when to be aggressive, when to back off, and especially an 8-ball when you're kind of, you know, you might back yourself into a corner. All right, everybody on the stream, let me know. It looks smooth on my monitor now. I had to take down the bitrate. It was set to some kind of crazy amount. And Ponch, I expect you to stay at number 1 for XP. Don't let me down. Sorry about that, Bob. I'll try to keep my head in the game here, but I got that to deal with too. That was another funny thing about getting online. You just add this whole dimension to my game. You know, having to manage the phone, or is my battery dying, or how's the Wi-Fi in this place? Like, yeah, it's super fun. It's very rewarding, but you have to know going into it that like you are making it harder on yourself. You are complicating things, and it's a very hard game to begin with, right? So you're just asking for trouble sometimes. Okay, monitor looks a little better here. lunged at it.
Well, I did, and I hit your ball.
So like
when I
the
pulled the stick back, I hit the ball, knowing I did it.
Right,
Still stroked
right.
through it.
Yeah, it's like every once in a while you'll knock the edge of the table. That tells you you're staying level at least, right?
Yeah.
Here's that question. How aggressive do I want to be? Because I want to get out, but is that the right thing to do? Probably not. Yeah.
Talk about shooting balls
Mm-hmm.
and shooting them in. You just shoot and you don't think about the end results of what you were trying to break out. I like that one you left yourself in that cluster.
Right.
You know, I know exactly what you're saying. And it's like you get in this little funk, just like you're just shooting with the boys on Friday. Whatever happens, happens.
Sloppy, yeah.
When we're playing, we have to know.
You have to
what we're trying to
make a decision. Like you have to commit to something. Because if you don't, all the feedback that you get doesn't really correspond with anything. You're not going to learn anything from. Like, oh, I guess that's not true. Like you'll still learn something, but you're not going to get as good as you could get unless you're being really precise. Unless you say, I'm doing this for this reason.
Yes.
Let's see if I can do it. And you either do or you don't, and then you work from there. But if you don't, if you don't,
well, let's see what happens after I shoot this shot. How it turns out.
Yeah.
You go in with that mentality, it makes it a lot harder.
Then like everything is a surprise. You know, it's just like, which can be fun at lower levels, right? Like, but. I thought it was on, yeah. I just.
But you made the right shot playing that safe.
Yeah, it was at the time. This is like a losing game for me. I need to either make this combination, carom off the 1 or off the 11 with no future, or play the.
I thought you was you go for the 5-4, get the 6 in, and then play at 2 balls the last shot.
Yeah, it's just really hard to get from the 4 to the 6.
Yep. That's what I did on the 9 hole.
I don't think I got down properly on that one.
Back here again. I'll first delete him.
Let's be smarter today. Let's actually be smart. It's not great.
By the way, you have your own chalk, right? So we don't have to put 2 on.
Oh, I do. Yeah,
For
actually,
some
yeah.
reason I don't like cluttering up the table.
Yeah, same. Yeah, man. It's such
been
a
a rough couple times for me. I know you were a little anxious to get down there.
right. Yeah. Oh. That's not the shot. Yikes. Yep.
We battled on that one.
Yeah.
I was trying to do the same thing, leave you as long as I could have.
No, it's good.
I would have preferred you on this.
Right.
You it the way you got. That's what I would have preferred. But how do you control that?
No, it was a good two-way play.
I'm just more disappointed that you had a shot and I had a shot because I should have not missed the first shot. That's disappointing. It's funny when you're shooting by yourself, you just run it down in the corner.
Yep. Right.
You know?
Well, no threat. You know.
Right.
That's why, because I looked at that 2-ball and I was like, I don't know. It's maybe I make that ball, but trying to get shape.
When you played the 5-ball, I would have played that with definitely 9 o'clock English, 2 tips left. So I ensured first I didn't go too far, going forward with it. But as soon as it gripped, it threw it.
Yeah.
That way, so it didn't get as tight onto the ball as possible.
Yeah, I had a good plan for it, but I think I
but I didn't expect it to get onto the ball.
Yeah, because I ended up
how you shot it.
I ended up cutting it wrong. Part of it might have been the stretch, but
yeah, I drink lots of water.
yeah, same. Got to.
Lots of water. I'm probably on my second gallon today.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 1 of each. 2 Pravos there. I knew I missed that 5 ball. They did something I shouldn't.
Oh,
Didn't
yeah.
do, just
Yeah,
hit
you
the
said
ball.
you like lunged at it, or what did you say you felt?
I was throwing the ball a little bit.
Throwing it, yeah. Yeah, that was a fun little pattern for me. There were like
Oh, yeah.
so many different ways to get through the 14-15 situation.
I did not expect to have a shot, and you obliged. As you should.
Got to.
As you should.
That's why Fiddlesticks has been so great, man, because you just get punished.
You do.
Yeah.
Listen, you absolutely do.
I reached out to MK about the U.S. amateurs, the APA
Oh, yeah.
qualifiers.
You should have just received an email. Did you receive it? An email?
Not recently.
No?
No.
Right. It shows. I'll show you mine.
Get a ball in the break. Yay. Yeah, I don't think I got an email.
It was confirming the location of being Wycliffe Lane.
Oh, I see. Huh.
I'll show it.
Yeah. I don't think so. Yeah, that makes sense.
You recorded it?
No. That's pretty mean. I should probably make your 9-ball and leave you up here, huh?
It's that aggressiveness.
Yeah.
Because I think you're going to fill the cue ball off that 9 somehow.
Yeah.
I think you'll have a shot, but once again, how aggressive. That's the smart shot you just described.
I don't think cutting it really gets me anywhere.
I agree. The higher percentage shot is leaving me taking the 9.
Oh, not with that much spin. Too much. That's just a high ball and a thin cut. You don't need to spin into that stack.
Basically, it was confirming the refund policy. Basically, no refunds after July 15th is what they were saying in email. If you wanted to.
Huh.
I don't think.
When did that come through?
2 days ago. That's basically all it's saying.
Okay.
Which I think that was part of the original information when you signed up.
Yeah, it would have been in that.
Nothing out of the ordinary. It was nothing.
As stated in your confirmation email, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I stated kept it just
9/19.
You never know.
Well,
They're too busy sometimes. They just wipe out emails. And
Right.
don't read them.
Well, they pushed it back to the weekend where I have a serious family conflict. We'll say.
Wow.
I'm not gonna talk about it on stream, but that is it's tough news. I was hoping it was gonna be the weekend before. Oh well.
sold out on it. Good. You gonna need some more stuff, water or something?
Yeah, in a little bit I'll get a refill. Yeah, thank you.
Just got too careless.
Yeah. You got to just shoot that one in, Bob.
Yep. I touched it. See, that's the silliness stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy how it just like sneaks in there.
Listen, I'm lucky to have the shot.
That's true.
Lucky to have it.
Yeah, it
I
was
did not make you pay for it.
it was carelessness up here too. So I got on that 3, and instead of leaving an angle on the 1 that puts me above the 8.
I said the same thing.
Yeah.
I said, boy, I would have left more angle to make sure I got below that ball.
Yep. And I just got careless. I didn't follow my process and commit to a thing.
Jeez.
We were just talking about it.
The problem with videos, it doesn't lie, so that's going to be a video that I just
Oh.
missed.
Yeah. Yeah, welcome to my life, man.
I got to remember on video here.
Putting myself out there, these tough sets.
How does this guy do this?
It's... Well, I'm going to have to change my brake. That is not working today. This is our last 8 ball.
Hoping to put 2 diamonds in each corner. Cheers.
Oh,
At
nice.
some point.
That would be nice. Nice out.
Thank you. Oh. Now that was our last.
Yeah, good recovery from down here. Just kind of take your medicine on the 6. That long shot, yeah.
I wanted an angle to get it past all your balls and have shorter shots. It did not work.
Yeah, I think you keep it in mind on these bar tables, like no shot is that long, you know?
Right.
So just, you can make that 6 ball.
I made sure I put a good stroke on the 6 ball.
And that's, yeah, I mean,
that was the most important thing.
yeah, it maximized your chances of getting out.
We could play some music down there for you recording.
We can.
So I was thinking, because when you do this, you put background, you can't really hear the talking when you're doing your commentary.
Yeah, because usually what I'll do is just remove all the background noise and then I do my commentary over it.
That girl was annoying.
The one who's like dancing around. I thought she was fine. It seemed like some people were getting annoyed by her, but I thought she was just. Yeah, she can play a little bit. She can play. Yep. Yeah, we could put music on, but if we keep it lower, just so the copyright, because the copyright strike will.
Are you alright with this? I'm alright with this.
Oh, I'm totally fine. No,
yeah,
yeah, it doesn't bother me. Yeah. No, thanks
I
for.
don't normally play with music on either.
Yeah, thanks for.
The TV you're watching.
Thanks for checking. No, I don't mind a quiet room. Shot, dude. Oh. What a game. Luckily, it's APA, so it doesn't. Yeah. Missed that ball, huh?
Your draw shots that day. You had that full table draw.
Oh yeah.
Where you were struggling with it.
Yeah, yeah.
That was impressive. I wish I could do that. That's one of my weaknesses.
Yeah.
I would say is drawing. I've gotten a little better. I still can't do that.
Right.
Not easily.
Yeah, it's funny. I like my draw stroke.
It was beautiful.
Put-
and you were struggling with the speed of it.
I was just like
It was getting
I had
away
to
from you a
I had to
little
reel it in.
bit.
Yeah. Shot.
the safe.
Oh, I know. It's yeah.
I gave you the angle. That's the last thing I want. I wanted you to have the same shot I had. You know, straight on. I didn't listen. I can cut balls like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
But that one, I said.
Yeah, it's tough. It's.
I didn't do myself any favors. And that's just, so some things I do when I practice breaking a 9-ball, I put them in order. So I go 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, or 5, 6, 7, 8, and the 2-ball back here. So when they spread on the table, I know on which side. I'm not sure which pocket.
Right.
But and then I switch it up. Right. Put the evens on this side and the odds on that side, and try and count.
Right.
You know, to know which ball went where.
That can be a good way to do it if you're doing the ghost drill.
Yes.
Right. If you just want that, take
just
out some of the.
Which ball in the rack.
Yeah.
And where did it go? Just to.
Yeah. Take out some of the randomness. I think.
Saying, oh, where was that ball in that rack before I broke?
Right. Yeah, I think
I'm
for
trying to remember it.
For consistency in that can be helpful for sure. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Somebody in the chat was getting caught up on what we were talking about earlier, like just kind of hoping that you get lucky, not like winging it, and
like the cluster, they're like
yeah,
you didn't see it all the way through, and
yeah.
I didn't get there.
Trying to get close to the 5-ball, and I land under the 8. Right into the 7. Yeah. Man. 2 rails out, maybe. Long rail over the 8. Got myself in trouble while you were away.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Trying to play too close to the 5 ball and rolled up into the 8. Oh.
I heard balls hit.
Yeah, no, it
And then I heard silence for a long time. Like, is it my turn?
just too thin. Yeah, no, I was just like puzzling over the 5. Max has got me. I worked with Max Eberly a couple weeks ago. I don't know if you saw that or.
I didn't see in the who he was he on a thing you did with him or was
Yeah,
I did not see that one.
I did a lesson with him, and I clipped a bit of that for the channel, just like a 1 pocket, 2 pocket, or yeah, just 1 pocket frame that we played.
Did he know you before?
No, he. I guess he grew up out here, but we just connected because he posted something, and I hit him up because I needed something to clear me out after that slump. And so I went down there to play with him, and he had me play in this, like, he called it 1 foot 9 ball on the big table, where you play shape for your next ball, but you have to land within a foot of your next ball. And if you don't, like, you have to start over. Or,
really?
Yeah, and it's like a really brutal kind of ghost style drill.
Sure.
And it teaches you to not rely on, like, okay, I'm in the window. I happen to be 7 feet away from the ball, but I'm in the window. Like, play to make the shot as easy as possible while still having the right angle. That level of precision, that's like the next step for me. And so I have to start doing it. But I'm not there, I'm not practicing right now. And so I can't drill that in. And then every once in a while, a game situation like that will come up and I'll be like, yeah, I'll try to get close. But then, like not considering the hazards that are there, and it'll bite me.
You had mentioned something in your videos about the playing too perfect. And I've been often accused of trying to play too perfect.
Yeah.
Like, so that would have been an example before with the 5 ball. I got jammed up on the straight. I didn't let it get to me.
Right. Just shoot the shot.
Shot.
Yeah,
shot.
100%.
You can still make it. It isn't exactly where you wanted to go, but you're still shooting.
Yeah, man.
So that was an example of it.
Yeah, that's a huge course correction for a lot of players. No, it's all good, Punch. I think the stream is caught up, and it's just a little bit of a delay. Nice out.
I've been really working on the break, trying to keep the cue ball,
Mm-hmm.
in that general area.
Yep.
After the break on 9.
Yeah, you just ratchet the speed way down and work on control, and then just kind of ease your way back up from there. Hey, what's up, AQ? This is Bob's table. This is Bob's home table. So props to him for having a really sweet setup. People like your table, Bob.
Thank you. Trying to get to Vegas and play under the same situation.
Yep.
The TV table. So the gunslinger mentality is to cut the ball in there.
Mm-hmm.
But the smart shot is probably not to do that.
Yeah, good play.
Because I have a gunslinger mentality.
Yeah, he comes out. He comes out for sure. Yeah, that's the shot.
If you weren't here and we weren't doing what we're doing,
Mm.
I'd cut it all day long. And that's not I made it, but that's my mentality sometimes with it. And geez, they haven't even seen the girls.
Right.
And we blocked that out.
Family-friendly channel.
Right.
Yeah.
Rated G. It was tracking.
Yeah.
Absolutely was tracking.
Yeah, that's the line.
Yep.
Just
no question.
Couldn't
Right
get
there.
through there. Yeah. Oh, what's up, dumb ref? Yeah, Bob. Shout out to Bob for the table. Bob, you are a 7, correct? Do you have a 9-ball rating?
I do not.
Okay. Yeah, AQ, he's a 7 in 8-ball and no 9-ball ranking. Nice hit. Oh, come on. Really good full hit. Too full.
Sure was. Too full.
It's too full, which is why it went straight through.
was thinking about that before you shot it.
It just took a little thinner than I thought. I missed that ball. Yeah, I got funny on the 7, and then it was just sort of wheels off from there. That's how you're going to beat me at the qualifier, Bob.
Right.
I'm going to go out, I'm going to run the table, leave you some 9 balls.
Oh, okay. I did not expect that. But I'm very conscious of the shot you just took, because I run into it a lot because I get out of position where I have to cut the ball in and make sure. So it's committing on which rail you want the ball to stop at.
Yeah, no, I think
how hard you hit it.
It's funny. I usually hit that pretty well. I think I just overcut it, and it was a little thinner than I anticipated, so it traveled too far. Push. Gunslinger came out.
It's a little bit there. It looked pretty lined up.
Oh.
Okay, let's go back to what we were talking about.
Right.
It was a non-committal of where I wanted to play that.
Didn't
ball.
pick your spot. Yeah. Just like let it roll out. I'll take what I get. Yeah. It's that double-edged sword of being in the zone, right? Like when you start to flow and everything's working out effortlessly, then it's like, oh, I guess they just go where I want them to go. But then your process falls off.
This is competition.
Yeah. Hey, sorry, ref. I did not see your question. I had a great 4th. Thanks for asking. Yeah, just like quality time with the family. Hope you all had a great 4th as well.
Yeah, that's amazing that it came back like that. Just what you were talking about in your stuff.
Yeah.
Just random. There's no reason for that. It's a completely easy open table, and you go and just nonchalant.
It'll bite you. Yeah.
Shoot like that. What is the match?
It's 5-4.
5-4.
Yeah. You're creeping in there.
You have 5?
Yes, yes, sir. Yeah.
Wait, that was a tough one to let go there.
Right. That's why you have to be specific. Because it's easy to get messed up in there. You hit the wrong side of the 4.
Sure do.
Not out of the woods yet, though, huh? Mm-hmm. Thank you. There he is. Found him.
I would agree with your perspective of the opponents you were playing at Fiddlesticks as well.
Mm.
How you perceive how they played.
Yeah, it's
I'm listening.
yeah, I have a story about that. Let's see. Yeah, ref, lots of fireworks on the lake. There was a big display in Menor last night. It was going on for a long time. Hey, what's up, Bang Time? Yeah, this is my buddy Bob's house. Let's see. I was telling this story to my brother recently, and he had never really heard about this from me, but high school, hadn't really decided how I wanted to settle, how academic I wanted to be, class clowny kind of thing, you know, just like to get attention and the social piece. And then towards the end, I was making more friends and that was feeling really good, but they were starting to feel like, oh, he's just good at school, even though I wasn't. Like, they had no idea what my grades were, but they made that assumption. And I was like, oh, it feels kind of good. Like, maybe I'll experiment with that. And then I went to college, and it's a clean slate, right? Like, nobody knows you there, right?
0-0.
So I was like, what happens if I actually apply myself and try to learn things and be good at school? And then it was like, man, it just opened up this whole different aspect of my personality and my intellect and just like my curiosity, just like supercharged everything.
You come across as sophisticated, but yet reserved. You speak very well.
Thanks.
You know, I picked up on a lot of that right away.
Thanks, man.
So
Yeah.
As soon as seeing you go down and shoot, I said, "Oh boy." I said, "Oh boy."
I don't think it always translates to pool though, right? Like, you know, I think super smart guys that I meet who play pool, sometimes they like get in their own way more often than not, right? But yeah, the point of the story was, you know, I went to college and then really leaned into it, really found that identity. And I was like, this is awesome. This is who I want to be. And then analogous to my experience with pool in Colorado when I got back into it, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, whatever it was.
You had exposure prior to, right?
Had a little bit of exposure prior to, but like wasn't really on the scene. And when I went out on the scene, it was still early days in me training back up. It didn't look anything like I look today in terms of the quality of my game. And then I felt like I cemented a certain kind of reputation for myself, a certain level of quality of play. This might not be the case. People might not have actually thought about me that way, but I was thinking about myself that way, and that's what mattered. Is I was treating myself that way, right? And not really seeing what I was capable of, holding myself back. And then I worked really hard, like I busted my ass out there to get better, but I never really felt like I was breaking through until I went to Vegas this past summer, and all that hard work paid off, and I played awesome out there. And then I moved here right after Vegas. So it was like one clean slate, Vegas, this is epic. Now I'm in Ohio and I'm playing against the best players I can find and like holding my own. And it's like, wow, I might have actually broken through here. But I needed to see that from someone else's perspective. And that's where like the Fiddlesticks thing came into play. If everyone's like, oh, he must be a Fargo 700. I'm like, well, shit, maybe I should start acting like it. Maybe I need to start like playing like it, you know?
It's something I think we're both trying to achieve, and you're much closer to it. But I feel the same way on how you just described that. I wanted to make sure that you know, when I played somebody, that they understood that we're going to be in for a match. Just
man.
A powder puff. You know, not just matches sometimes happen that way. Yeah, I described it.
Sure.
Things that happened to me recently, and it just happens. But for the most part, I feel I'm respected by whomever I'm playing, and
100%.
In some cases, feared that I don't want to shoot you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
doesn't that feel good?
Yeah, it does. But sometimes, you know, you get that sharking thing. Like a couple Sundays ago, I had an unbelievable run out. You seen my jump shot I made there, but I had a couple shots in that match that way. 8 balls there. I positioned a cue ball. Very difficult to position a cue ball, but to make the 8 ball right there.
Mm-hmm.
Ran right into the rail. I mean, ran right into the rail.
Oh.
I'm like, good Lord.
Yeah.
Because people watched me shoot.
Right.
And
right.
To see the shots I just shot.
But then to miss something like
that, that mental part.
Oh, it's a gut punch. It's a gut punch.
It sure was, because I was out.
Mm-hmm.
The guy goes, good Lord, Bob.
Yeah, right.
You know, so like the second or third shot in a row.
Yeah.
Made on a guy like that.
I love that.
And unfortunately, it went into my ear and stuck in the brain and didn't go out the other end. And I did that.
Yeah, Bang Time. The place that I've been playing at, Fiddlesticks, is in Canton. But Bob's house is somewhere else. I'm not going to dox his address. But yeah, he's somewhere else, I'll say, in Ohio. Nice touch. Give him something. That'll do. Shot. Recent video was brutal to watch. Yeah, Punch, those two. It was a tough couple weeks, man.
There's that same shot again.
Yeah, pick your spot.
Danger, danger. Oh, baby, keep coming up, 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 up. Hold it out. Damn it, probably. No reason to do that. Nice set.
Thanks.
Man,
Good one, good one.
Discipline.
Oh, man.
I don't know. I don't think I rushed the 8 ball too much. I just pulled it just a tad out.
It seems like when you say pulled it out, what does that mean for you? Like,
meaning I back cut it slightly, meaning I got too deep on the ball. I didn't hit it at the 90-degree angle that it
Right.
needed to hit. I got just fractionally behind it.
right,
And
right.
it came out.
Like kind of compress the
Because
rail.
If I hit the rail first, you're gonna clearly see that it's because
Definitely, definitely.
So I got just
It's the only way to miss it. Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
unfortunately-
noticed if you're open to feedback. I noticed some like kind of lunging, like body movement, either leaning,
not staying still,
like rolling, not staying still basically, but either like kind of rolling through body English style to try to make it do something, or backing away from it. And especially where I was sitting from here, I saw in that 8-ball, you kind of like pulled away from it, which is probably affecting your contact point.
Mm-hmm. And probably just because I'm getting myself off the table and coming over to shoot, anticipation of making the ball.
Yeah.
Where I'm going instead of staying down until the ball falls.
Right.
You know, and let's see if we improve that in the second set.
Yeah, I think just
we'll see if we can stay a little more focused on those things in the second set. Disappointed, I feel I could have done better in that set. I just let myself. By the way, before we go on to the next set, what would you like to drink?
I will get some water for sure, and then
ice in it?
I'll take one of those. Oh no, just
bottled water.
Just bottled water would be good, and then
we have more than one. What? 2 you think go in there?
Some monsters sniffing around. You said, right?
Oh yeah. Let's see. So monsters you have. This is one of my favorite.
I drink those all the time. Yeah,
I'm sure that's the one you're gonna want.
Perfect. Thank you.
There you go.
Appreciate it.
That is by far my favorite.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Now I don't have a problem drinking that.
Yeah.
It's the Red Bulls and the others. For whatever reason, I seem to be fine drinking that particular.
Yeah, I think it's a different type of caffeine. You know, like they pull it from.
I would agree.
Yeah.
It's funny how we drink We'll see. Better and fix some fun in my life.
Yeah, we'll work it out.
I'm glad those are the ones you drink. I have the 2 other flavors too. I believe I have that in. I think the other one is lemon and berry, maybe. Yeah, I berry. Where's my? Wildberry. Do we play the music like the billiard TV and what's going on right now in your thing?
I've got
I'm just teasing you.
Yeah. I need an ad break. YouTube will run ads on my stuff, but I try to keep it really minimal because I don't want to like interrupt the experience too much.
Yeah.
But once you monetize, you get the option to like have it really aggressive with the ads, you know, and then as a creator you get paid more. But it's just it's so disruptive, you know, because not everybody's got the YouTube Premium or whatever.
All right, we're gonna play a little better here. Let's hope.
Well, it seems like the stream is humming along.
That is good.
AQ, really good question. Yeah, let me break these up and then I'll answer that. He was asking about moving from Colorado to Ohio and finding teams and getting established, finding people to play with. And I think perfect question to come up when I'm here with my buddy Bob. Oh yeah, this break wasn't working. Yeah, AQ was a little funny at first because I had to reach out to league operators ahead of time. So I found them on Facebook primarily and let them know that I was coming in and that I was interested in joining teams. And in particular, I reached out to the APA league coordinator pretty well ahead of time, months and months ahead of time, even before the season started. And yeah, they assured me that they would do their best to find me a team. only to have me move out here and have them tell me that just kidding, I can't put you on a team because they're all full. So I was able to get on a regular league, just APA 8-ball team with my father-in-law and my brother-in-law, and that one's just purely for fun. And then courtesy of Bob here, who met me through that regular APA league night, Wednesday 8-ball, he pulled some strings and I kind of managed to insinuate myself onto his team. And I have not gotten on any BCA teams because for whatever reason they are mostly on the west side of Cleveland and I'm on the east side of Cleveland, so unfortunately just geographically doesn't work out for me to be playing BCA right now.
That was our first night playing, if I'm not mistaken. That was your first night at APA, was it not? Our team was together that night?
No.
You had played 1 week prior to that?
I think it was at least 1 week prior. We played at Mario's our first week.
Okay.
So you might have been the second week.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the guy I played at Mario's was a 5, and then I think we went to Gunny's and played you.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so a bit of luck and a bit of word of mouth. Gunslinger.
There it is.
He's going for it. He's making the balls.
That's not what I wanted to do there.
Shot, Bob. Yeah, AQ for sure. I definitely felt like I got messed around with that one, but figured it out.
I found it stunning that they couldn't have gotten you on a team.
I know, man.
It was just fate that we ended up meeting. That's what I wanted to do. I'm talking about. I do not know that I can hold this ball. It's a long way. Let's go for the third. I got out of it.
You end up with a look at the 5?
Huh?
Did you end up with a look at the 5?
Yes.
Get out of here.
That's what I thought I was going to get hooked right there.
Get out of here, dude.
After I got through there.
Wow.
This is a tighter window here. Gotta be short. Here. Too high. Too hard. See?
Mm-hmm.
That raw stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, now I made myself.
It's at Billiards University, though, man. When you drill the specific, I need to drill it and get back an inch. I need to get it back 1.5 feet, and you're going along the diamonds of the rail. You really train in that
I
precision.
don't normally
It's tough.
That far on such a short draw, but I did this time.
Yeah, amped it up a little bit.
Unfortunately, there's no way I can cut that without scratching it. That's thin. Yeah, there's no way that's gonna go right in there. So we're gonna call it back here.
Yep.
Nope. Such a good run out ruined by the draw.
Trust your stroke.
Yes.
Make them easier. I was thinking about like landing down here. Just weird.
Yeah, I probably would have tried to just stud and roll it
Yeah.
number of inches to play the side. There was nothing wrong with that shot.
Oh.
Just that you had to hit it real hard to get back there.
Yeah, it was like weird. Like
on the draw of the 8 ball, all I had to do was get parallel with the ball. I'm still cutting it to that.
yeah, for sure.
But
No,
drawing
it.
back as far as I did. Drawing back as far as I did took me completely out
Yeah.
of any reasonable.
I think it was just that adrenaline, you
Yeah,
know, and like
it was
just kind of
reasonable.
spiked.
Yeah, I made 2 good shots to get to it. absolutely perfect on the 6-ball.
Yeah.
Okay, just drew it too far back. So the other thing I was going to add to the winner is I was going to put this string of straight pull back here. So probably in between here.
Right.
Going across there,
That'd be pretty sweet. I can't say I've ever played straight pull on a 7-footer though.
Okay. Yeah, I can't say that I have actually either. It's always been on the 9-foot.
Yeah.
I gotta finish the runouts here.
Ref, you said thought he'd bring it back to center table. Which shot for center table? That's unfortunate. Didn't want to have to do that, but for some reason I didn't trust the slow roll. feel like it would have gone. It's probably fine.
But it makes it even more painful.
Oh, yeah.
The last game.
Get punished, Bob.
Get punished. Sure do.
Oh, ref, yeah, the one down the rail. Yeah. So our lovely league operator, Bob, the other day, are you familiar with the patch situation in
Yes.
APA? Like if you
Yes.
get patches for stuff. In all the other leagues where I've played APA, when you do a thing, you get a patch for it.
Mm-hmm.
If you get 2-3 break and runs in a season, you get 2 or 3 break and run patches.
Yeah.
It does not work that way here.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I have multiple.
You get 1 per season for a thing, and then any additional achievement of that same type, you have to pay for the patch.
Interesting. You're telling me Bill said this to you?
Yeah.
I have multiple 8-ball on the breaks, and so I told you we just had that match, me and our other teammate Larry Gaines, and we both had mini slams in that game.
Right.
He had the first one and I had the second one.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get that patch.
Yeah. That's a cool one.
What
Yeah.
I've been after.
Yeah. That one's cool.
It was nice to get it in a victory.
Right.
That probably don't happen too often. They get 2 mini slams in one match.
Oh, yeah. No, you're probably right.
I've never been told that.
I was really surprised.
I'm baffled too.
It just seems stingy. Like I can't think of a better word for it, but it's like,
they have a whole case full of them.
yeah. And he tried to make it seem like it wasn't a money thing, that it's more a logistics thing. Like it's administratively challenging to give out all these patches.
Yeah, he does. Now if that's going to be his argument, that I can kind of see that, because he gives them out like once a month. He goes to the bar where a good majority of people are probably playing that night.
Yeah.
For example, Chuggers on a Tuesday or something like that.
Sure.
He came to the bar we were at and passed them out that night. Bumpers. That's his home bar.
Yeah.
Bumpers.
I can understand that aspect of it, but I think like eventually you're going to see everyone.
Yeah.
And if you're handing out patches to the teams anyway,
Right.
it doesn't really follow that you would have to limit it to just one per. I don't know.
I've actually given a patch back because I'd already received it by another family member.
Mm.
Meaning, I didn't feel right keeping the patch. I already got it.
Mm.
When I lost on Tuesday to that girl, that was the first time I lost in 13 weeks on Tuesday.
Oh, wow.
It was disappointing. So they played me. They played me against a 4, who drops to a 2, and I dropped to a 5, obviously. Well, I'd much rather play a 2 and have to win 7 games than play a 4 that's skilled.
Right.
That you make one little mistake.
Yeah, they're
Sorry to ramble on when you shoot.
no, they're scary, man.
It is. And I ended up losing 5-2, I lost 3-2.
Yeah, I had
And I scratched on one of them.
I had a pretty funky night at Gunny's last week.
Did you play on the diamond or the back table?
No, the back table. This week we played on the diamond finally, but that was our first week after, I don't know, 3-4 weeks of playing at Gunny's. And it was the first time that we actually got the diamond table.
I
But
wasn't there because I can't play.
Just numbers wise?
Oh yeah, we have a 7 and 6 3 or 3 6s.
Oh sure. So
5.
you guys are.
One of the 3s is out on a medical leave, and the other 3 couldn't make it.
So you're stacked.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I played Alex on the back table, and I came in on fire, like ready to go, and he was spooked. And then the table, just like you felt, when we played our match.
We were getting to know each other.
Some funny rolls, yeah.
I was in awe watching you. thinking of the possibilities and finding out you couldn't get on a Masters team.
Yeah.
I was like in Vegas. My wheels were spinning up in the brain.
Yeah, so I had way more room. Wow. We were just like shooting around, and I felt like I had him on the ropes at first. And I was in this first rack. I'm not going to like lay it all out, but basically I had a ball here at a good angle. I had to get down for a 1 or a 5 ball down here. And I know how to hit that ball. I know how to come into the short rail, and I know the speed that it takes. I know the stroke that it takes to get down into that window. And I hit it the one time with the proper spin and stroke and like punching it or whatever. It hits this rail, and instead of coming out in a straight line down this way, it digs into the rail and just comes like straight off this way. I was like, what?
Yeah.
And it made no sense. And
I
then
think we complained that night about similar things
Yeah.
that were occurring.
Yeah. And I got another chance to play the same shape. And I was like, okay, I guess I just have to like hit it in sort of a counterintuitive way. And I hit it, and it just did like something else. I don't know what's up with the rails, if they're warped or there's like divots in the rubber or something, but it was really, really funky. And that got in my head right away. I just like put myself in a bad mood.
You start questioning a lot of things.
Come on, dude.
Yes. You start questioning things.
Well, because you
You change a little bit on how you would normally do it. And
I was trying to explain it to my brother-in-law who was there. I was like, man, I've spent hundreds, if not thousands of hours doing these silly little skills to know what to expect from a specific movement.
Right.
And then when you bring it to certain conditions, and I talk about it in my videos, I don't like to complain about conditions because, to your point, we're all playing on the same table. Big deal, like cry about it. But it's just, it definitely throws me off.
You get accustomed to this, and then you get put into that. And it's whoever adjusts to it, and sometimes I have a hard time because I get really used to this.
Yeah.
And to go back to that.
It's the fiddlesticks effect. I go down there and it's pristine and I play phenomenal.
Yeah.
But the problem with this set, just to like finish my story and cap it off, I got in my head about the conditions, which is on me. And then he had 2 different racks where he slopped in a ball, and one rack in particular, he slopped in 2. He would just like blast them, and then stuff goes in. And as with the handicap, like I can't compete with that,
Yeah.
So yeah, he immediately had me on the ropes, and I was like on tilt, and I like missed an 8 ball in the 3rd or 4th game, and I was like, man, I just don't want it tonight. Talked myself out of it.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you say that. And so another thing you talked about in there about the guy mentioned about Keith. Hey, watch out for this Keith guy.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
you don't like to, and I don't either. So,
Right.
But unfortunately, I can't rewind it.
No, once it's out there.
Our match in the Masters,
Yeah.
when I said,
Yeah.
you're the specific guy that the Shane guy. This is the guy that he's a good shooter, and this is the guy. That's the team hump we got to get over. That's the team.
Yeah.
And to tell you that, see, I don't like to really know it either, but
Yeah.
I didn't know you didn't like to know it, or I wouldn't have said
It's
anything.
a weird call though. Like as a captain, do you do it or do you not do it? And you didn't know that about me at the time, so like
No,
it's
I
obviously
didn't,
nothing
but
against
in
you.
your videos, when you pointed it out, I
Yeah.
feel the same way. Because here's the thing, I tell people this all the time. You're not playing your opponent, you're playing the table, because you sitting there can't do a damn thing about what I'm doing right now.
For sure.
And I've helped people with that because they get all hung up on these higher handicaps, these really skilled players. They feel that they're so much better. Well, they may be better, but they're not shooting when you're shooting. You're
Yeah.
only shooting.
Yeah.
You can only control this. They
Yep.
can't do nothing about it.
Yep.
And that's helped some people, but I have problems here.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a nasty rack to get through.
I have a lot of problems here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, AQ. So in Indiana, you have the same thing, 1 patch per achievement, and ref says no limits. So that's the thing. It's different for me, having played in different states. Yeah, I was surprised by that.
Safe. So you go for the run up poly. Place them across there. Take that out of there. Over there.
Oh.
Put 8 in the corner.
Yeah. Good finish.
Dug the hole,
Got through that one. Yeah, you gotta.
Dug the hole,
Yeah.
didn't I? Good Lord.
If you dig long enough, you'll end up somewhere else.
I needed it. It was 4 or 3-1.
2-1 now. Yep.
2-1.
It was looking like a 2-pack for me for a minute, but that 12 ball didn't cooperate. I had to
Yes.
play a double kiss off the 4 and.
Yeah, so I won't tell you unless you ask about any opponents, because I would much rather not know, really.
Yeah.
Especially you had enough pressure on you. Good Lord.
Ah,
And I thought I was surprised you got there when you got there. I thought now he feels like he's running probably a little bit late. He's not getting acclimated to the atmosphere. You're just kind of going in.
Nope.
A couple minutes.
Yeah.
We want you to shoot this guy, and you just
Yeah.
right off the bat.
no, it's yeah. But that's the game we play, you know.
We will bounce back.
Yeah.
We have a good team.
Yeah, and I think this season's, it's still playable. We're still okay. Okay. It works. Sometimes it works. Man, I knew it was going to be close.
Yep. If it doesn't touch it, it's perfect. You just slide right on by it.
Man, I didn't think I had that much room. I thought it was going to come out too far for some reason. Doesn't make sense. I was so full on the 2. Yeah, you know how to hit those, dude.
Still legal shot.
Dang.
Good shot. Is your stick longer? Your stick's as long as mine, right?
I think it's standard.
Okay.
Yours has got a little bit, maybe just
half-inch tops.
Yeah.
Because I know when you're holding your stick, you seem to hold it a lot back here.
Yeah, I have a big open stance, and I really do need to work on shortening my form.
Okay, because when I was working with D, he was gauging my height and the player I am. So what he has me doing is I should be somewhere back here.
Yeah.
Somewhere. And but I watched. You're not the only guy that I've watched. When I'm watching TV, I see a lot of them. They're like always back here. I'm like,
yeah.
Is their stick short or something? They're always back there, and I'm trying to be the 90-degree angle, you know. And
yep.
It's a pendulum thing. So what D's talking about is the movement. He's talking about, you know, that there, and you know, and there. So the fastest point of that pendulum is the bottom of the swing.
Yes.
So yeah. So he's talking. So you know, you're back. That's the fastest, you know.
Yeah, the fulcrum point. Yeah, for sure. And that's.
So then I see you're back here so far, and I'm thinking, man, it just seems if I were to do that, you know, it just, I don't know, maybe that's 90 degrees awfully close, but.
The thing is, it depends on.
I shorten up too sometimes too.
Yeah, you got to choke up sometimes. It depends on your bridge length, right? So like if you're addressing and it's a very short bridge length, if you're not kind of pulling back too far and following through too far, you can choke up, right? If it's a shorter bridge length. But for me, my standard tends to be a little longer, which can definitely introduce flaws, especially with the smaller tip. So it can bite me at times for sure.
I think this is 11.75.
Yeah, 11. Yeah, 11.8 is pretty standard. Yeah, smaller size. No, and it certainly can introduce some flaws into my game. Shortening my form, especially on a bar table, is going to be the right thing to do. But
so the question is, do I go for it? On the ball, I can make it. I get a little bit of trouble. If I make it, if I miss it. So I was trying to take the bank away from you.
Yeah.
If it was listed.
Yeah, good two-way.
And I separated a problem. if there's somebody you want to shoot and stream over, you're more than welcome to come over and do that. Like, if you had a high level player,
Oh, cool.
If you wanted to come over and shoot a match because of the, I don't want to say the ambiance of the room, but it's very quiet and you can come down here and
wow.
do that with no problem. You're more than welcome to
Thanks,
come over
man.
here and do that.
Yeah.
I know you like to do this.
Love to.
And it's
Right.
kind of cool too. So
Definitely.
feel free to have the ability, schedule something like that if you want to do it.
Right. Thank you, Bob. Yeah, I could
welcome.
take you up on that.
Listen, I'm trying to get to the same place you're trying to get to. I'm trying to become a better pool player.
For sure.
And what we're gonna do is play better players. All right, so let's put some focus in here. I've got to deal with this. Let's make sure that goes up there. That is tight. I did not want to play that first. I want to play that second. So. Over for one more. Yeah, we should have put on one more for that. That's just too close to run that 11:30. Hang it. This is another example of that reckless. That was very reckless. On that
Didn't pick a spot.
Nope. Did not commit to where I wanted that cue ball to go.
Yeah.
Just floated it out there.
That'll bite you.
And I can't get that 12 out. If I go for 11, that screws me, so I gotta play a safe here. Easy run out. You deserve better than that. Ooh.
I don't know if that was the speed. That was my only hang up.
Yeah.
Because I knew my spot, but if you underhit it, it opens up too much.
Yeah.
You're right. Like it's gonna miss the 4. So you probably have to
I wish that 11 was off that rail a
compensate.
little more.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
It's too dangerous for me to try and play it safe there.
Mm-mm.
We have more of those Red Bulls.
Thank you.
Or the monsters.
Oh, they don't want to go.
Get in the game, damn it!
Why do you have such a nice table?
Yeah, it got the game, I think. I did not think it did. Be a little tougher on you. I wouldn't say it's a straight shot.
No, this is a good outcome for you. We don't want to jump this. We're gonna get deep into the jaws, and we don't want to overrun it and lose our shape. Touchy.
Yes.
Touchy.
Very good.
It's still too thin. It's so hard to,
Yes.
man. Yeah, it's so hard to hit the swerve and control for how thin it is. It's like the deep shelf, right? Like.
Yeah, it's still trying to figure out how this the 8 ball. Good lord. Nice. I did not expect you to go that way with it.
Yeah.
Very nice.
You like it on the other side?
I would have been that.
Really?
Yeah, I would have shot it. Yeah, but
Sometimes I'll just, I don't know. Sometimes just look at that. Thanks, Punch. Yeah, I felt like I hit that 4-ball kick really well. Just, I don't know the speed on that one. So that's 3-1. Yeah. Last 8-ball.
I know you're thinking I can't miss this 8 ball. If I miss this 8 ball, he is going to run those balls.
I don't think like that anymore.
Right.
There's no more if I miss.
You know, you talked about that. You did talk about that.
Yeah,
And I remember
that changed. That changed for me, man.
Yes.
I just, it's not.
I wanted that one when I shot it, but I can assure you.
Yeah, that stuff just, thankfully, does not creep in as much anymore.
I did it there on the 2-way. When
Right,
you had me jump
right,
over
right.
The ball. I said, okay, I make it great, but I still have the problem here to deal with, and all that on the rail. It's not. I said it's not catastrophic if I miss it.
But I think that was different. I think your situation was different because you weren't talking yourself into missing. You were saying, if I miss, but it was a part of setting up a 2-way.
Right.
I think that was.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think that was appropriate strategy. That wasn't like, that wasn't
Fairway.
you sabotaging yourself.
Right.
But no, for me to get down on that 8-ball and be like, oh geez, I hope I don't miss this ball. That's totally different.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I didn't think I was going to miss the one that was stuck in the corner. I just did. I just got reckless with it.
Yeah.
Just took it nonchalant.
Yeah.
Forgetting we're playing competition here.
Yep. Take what you make. Not that I love stripes either. Okay. Yeah, nothing's easy. This is a tough one.
So let's just talk about something. I'm sorry about it.
Yeah, send it.
So if you were to shoot this shot, given where my balls are laying right now, do you think the advantage it would be to your advantage to go ahead and take control of that pocket by putting the 11 in, putting your 1 there, and let me deal based on where that cue ball would come off of? I only got one really good shot, and that's really to cut the 13 into the side pocket, letting the cue ball probably go.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Not telling you to shoot.
No, I actually like it, and I don't think about that kind of thing often enough. But yeah,
I'm
I
looking
think.
at where my opponent's balls are laying.
Yeah.
Say, man, if I run that 1, I take control of the pocket. He's got 1 shot. My 10's still tied up, or his 10's still tied up over there.
Yeah.
And the 9 is kind of behind the 4, so it's just on you. Go back to what you're doing.
Yeah. No, I think it's.
I look at sometimes too.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get out of position. I say, where don't I want to shoot the ball from?
Yeah.
Where am I trying to put my opponent?
For sure.
I want to shoot from there.
Yeah.
And do it.
No, it's a great thought, Bob. And it's the kind of thing that I don't think about often enough. It's probably a weakness in my.
At some point, you're going to have to deal with that. I've got a duck to get out. I'm not telling you to do it.
Yeah.
I want you to. You can go back to how you were thinking about it.
Yeah. No,
But
I think it's.
Look at my balls. I got 4 balls in a straight line, and
Yeah.
I tied up 1. And my only real good shot is the 13.
Yeah.
Cutting it somewhere, letting the ball go. Now, if I do make it, I still have the tie up.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, go back
Yeah.
to your thought, and I apologize for
Not at all. No, not at all. That's part of why we're here.
table layout.
No, and I think it's great, for the people watching too, to like consider alternatives. And I don't.
Does the table speed to make this to leave me almost on that rail is.
Yeah.
You barely got to touch that 11.
And honestly, I could probably get a 2-way where I make the 11 and put you under the 5.
That's a little more movement than I would probably want to risk on that shot.
Yeah.
I would just want to pocket it and leave
Yeah.
the cue ball. Moving it too much can get you into. So you could open up an opportunity for me. Like,
Sure.
Let's say you get to the other side of that 5. Now I really got a much cleaner shot at my 9.
Yeah.
Probably it. That's not bad. Probably
Yeah, when I gave you the 9.
I would have hit it.
Yeah.
I would have just rolled it right into it.
Yeah. No, probably it's too risky. I think you're right. Instead of trying to.
You do have control of that pocket now.
Yeah.
I still got to deal with that. Have a better look at my.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think that's missing for me. Just that type of strategy.
I think
in
it
8
was
ball.
the right play. You just hit that, in my opinion, harder than I would have hit it. I would have wanted to leave that cue ball right in this area.
Yeah, I was getting greedy. I was going to try to put you under the 5 and get ball in hand.
That's where I felt too much movement caused that to come out like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see, what am I going to do here with this? I can do that now. All right. Oh, I just lost focus on that shot. That's not good. It's too good. That's a rare miss there on an open shot.
You were probably just trying to get too much out of the cue ball, huh?
I just didn't take my time. I was too busy in our conversation talking.
Right.
And didn't buckle back down. That was such a good shot there is I still have a problem with my 10 ball no matter what happens.
I know that I'm leaving my 6. Yeah.
You got the 6-1 to deal with. I mean.
Yep. Yeah.
once you had to get there, you had to send it down there just like they did.
Yeah.
You got to come off of it to get the 8 in that same pocket.
I kind of jabbed at it a little bit though. I wasn't super smooth on it.
I've had problems with that 14 ball and that 10 ball.
Yeah, yeah, the 14's in a bad spot for sure.
What if I can parlay that into a safe somehow? I just don't see it. I don't see it. Okay, which ball is set up for? It's set up for the 14. Because I can still make the 10 in the same pocket. If I do this right there. No, I didn't do that right. Caused myself some problems now. Full bank with 14.
Nice shot, man.
And another disappointing round. Jesus. Had good position on that 10 ball. Four to 1. Now I need to go to the bathroom. I probably didn't need to quite hit it hard. I was trying to stun over and make sure I got about where I was at.
Right.
A little more angle would have been better, but I was wanted to make sure I got there. I didn't want to leave myself
We're in 9-ball.
too much. Oh, you're right.
But yeah, it's hard to judge, you know, like how much reward do you really get?
Everything worked on the 14.
Yeah.
Pocket your ball so you didn't have another duck to get to that. Just not getting out right now.
Mm.
All right, 4-1. Let's get back into this.
Not enough. That's you.
Oh, sorry about that. You're right.
No, you're okay.
I did the one that's just not the same spot.
Underhit my underhit my
So you missed it, not a push.
underhit my safe. Yep, correct.
Doesn't help me that much there. I'm probably gonna do something I shouldn't do here. That's I'm gonna get 4 and a 6 over there. That is straight in there. Combination. Oh, we're gonna come back down the table here. That's a lot to go with 3 rails. So that. Oh, damn it. I got really lucky on that. Can we delete that?
You were yeah, right, undo.
You did one earlier too up there. That was terrible.
Yeah, man.
I was trying to get so much juice to
It was
get
the
that
4-ball.
down.
It was the 4-ball too, right?
Yeah, it
Mine was the 4-ball.
As a matter of fact, it was.
Wow. Yeah. You were just trying to power up, right? You were
Yes,
gonna
I was.
go around, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That dastardly 4-ball.
And that, going back to a shot back. I hate to keep going back to this, but the Masters when you were playing, it was the 7-8 combination. The 7-ball kept killing you.
Yeah.
It did. I said I know what he's thinking the whole time. He said that's another 7-ball.
Yeah, it was wild all day.
Sorry, I'm talking to you.
Oh, stop. We're okay.
I shouldn't have been talking.
You're okay, Bob. It doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I feel I don't want to interrupt your days by calling you and talking. So all these things I'm trying to remember the things I want to say.
Right. No, it doesn't. I mess myself up when I talk while I shoot, but people talking to me usually doesn't mess things up too much for me.
It is makeable.
If it's in a tournament, it's one thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like,
I don't like it. There I go, touching the ball. I hit it way too late. Come on.
put me over the 9. Come on, dude.
At least it's over the ball, so I can
Come on.
take out any consolation of luck with that. Take it.
It's a big 8 ball.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to get back to that. You see it?
Nope. I can do something kind of funky.
Yeah, I'm kind of seeing what you're thinking.
They happen to be right next to each other.
Yes, they do.
Ah.
Well, that shot for sure, I thought you were going to come off the side cushion because of the risk reward on this shot.
Yeah.
I thought for sure you were going to come here. I thought you were trying to come off that, chop the 6 into that, cutting it there.
I looked at it at first, but I felt like
When you
this.
said it, I thought that's exactly what you were going to do.
Oh,
When you
interesting.
came over here and jacked up on it, I
Interesting.
said, oh boy, if he misses that.
Yeah.
Now, this is not a gimme shot.
No way.
I'm going to probably do it anyway. It's probably easy enough to get out. I think that is right. I think that is pretty. Okay. Looks like I get lucky on it. That wasn't a very smart shot at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's interesting, like, because you could play it safe too, you know, just like chip the 6 and leave them behind the 9.
That gunslinger's come out down 4-1 right now.
Well, you might
4-2.
need more of that, man. You might.
And there's some truth to that. I in listening to you talk before about it, things, you know.
Yeah, you might need to bring that guy out some more.
And start almost playing like I'm practicing. And I play myself pretty tough down there. I just don't randomly, you know, when those tapes come out to screw me, you know,
Yeah.
I execute it because you're going to have to do it in a tournament.
Yep.
And try and dig up. But I thought for sure you calculated to come off that, come up short, kick it into it, much like I just shot it.
Yeah.
You know, much like I just shot that. Was how I thought you were going to do it. take were again? 30?
38.
38, that's what I thought, 38. So you don't actually remember her, do you?
Heard all about her.
Okay.
Yep.
You actually weren't old enough to watch the show and...
Can't say I enjoyed it in living color, yeah. Yeah.
Going there. That's got to come all the way back down. I need to be right in this window here, that distance. Not overcook it. Oh boy. I'm gonna do something reckless here. I shouldn't do it. I hit it too hard. I knew it.
8 ball's big.
Yes, it is.
Caught me last time.
So I went with the right English on to make sure I...
To get across, yeah.
Shorten the
Yep,
distance.
yep.
Hit it too hard like you did on your shot.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yep.
And did not adjust too much.
Hey, William, I see your comment. I'll get to that in just a second after this rack. We can chat about that. Good observation, though.
And tell me if they see anything I'm doing wrong, please feel free to comment. I'm doing a lot wrong. Don't kick in the front of the side pocket, you. Piece of... Shoot. Buckle down there, buddy.
I don't know. It could be worse, man. Put me on the 50. Might be able to squeak past here. A little more spin would have gotten me there.
who I just called.
Nice out. So the observation was about your transition. And I have to agree with what they're seeing. And the perspective is that at the top of your backswing, leading into your follow through, there's an acceleration. And it's causing you to be a little pokey.
It's not even smooth, like the pendulum thing.
Basically, you're kind of pulling back quick and then kind of like pushing through a little quicker. The transition is just kind of like accelerated.
And that's not been, I've had that feedback before. So it's things I am trying to work on.
Okay.
Right now we're in competition, so sometimes you revert back to,
oh, for sure,
unfortunately, bad habits
that's
gotten you to where you've gotten.
the stuff that's baked in. Yeah.
Yes. There's, I'm trying to be much looser with this, and just 2 fingers touching there, and a lot of stuff I'm working on.
Fine tuning. Yeah, it's
we're recording.
just play. Yeah,
I like
it's
the feedback
right.
though, because it's going to be important. I try to take the time from you, the pausing and getting into the shot. And I'm also trying to get back in this match. One ball missed again, still nothing. Darn it. Certainly, that's a great feedback from your community.
Definitely. No, they're the best. Thanks, Punch. Yeah, I see that too. Sorry, Bob. I keep.
It's your stance.
I'm just too. Yeah, I'm too open. Yeah.
Yeah, that almost never happens.
Yeah, it's just just too.
The table is a half inch more on that
too
side
wide.
than this side.
Yeah.
Yes. And then so once I realized it, I had to keep the light.
Right.
When I put it up, I couldn't fix it. After I did it, I said I can't move the table now because I did everything based on the table sitting right here.
No, I'm just the wingspan. Just open up too much.
I did not hit that well at all. Yeah, but I felt it. I think I know.
Right.
I did it there. I didn't want to do it there.
Mm.
And I did it.
The people are also commending you on your response to criticism. So.
Oh, I have no problems with that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow. Tried really far.
Yeah, I don't think I'm playing as smoothly as I could for those other reasons. There were a lot going on right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I've been very much working on a lot more of that smoothness stuff. But right now, it's not transitioning. It's not showing up. Honestly, I'm just.
Well, it's like you said. It's not. You haven't baked it in yet. It's not like it's not practiced in.
We're in a match for the first
Yeah.
time doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's all a survival thing for me. That is a lot of problems right there. I don't even have a bank. I have nothing for that other than I've kind of played safe. If I do this. All right. That's kind of what I was trying to do to you. So what I wanted to do with that 3-ball where it was before,
Yeah.
was to be here so I can pluck it
Chip
out,
it across.
shove it over
Yep.
there and bring that cue ball
Yeah.
all the way back down with my intent.
Yep. Yep.
This is going to be similar. I'm going to nick it and come down the table. Hit it way too full.
You had a lot more of it than I thought.
Yeah, I hit way more than I
Wow.
wanted to. Trust me. Way more. Got lucky with it too.
Get under there. Ah.
Can I get that off that 5-ball? This is worth the risk if we play a 2-way shot, but if I make it square, I'm not too far over. Boy. Right behind there. See if we can do that. No, way too light.
I thought you'd put me under the 6. Send the 3-ball up table.
I probably could. I was trying to. This needs to be over
Right,
here.
right.
I hit it way too light. Way too light.
Yeah, I talk about that a lot on the channel too. Like, you commit to the cue ball or the object ball for the
Yes,
safe.
Yes, absolutely.
And if you're trying to,
I didn't do either.
yeah, if you're trying to play for both, you get neither. And
Got neither.
yeah.
Gave you the easy path to the 4-ball.
Overran this though, huh?
Yeah,
Wow.
I thought that was actually going to come down another diamond when it left.
I know. Okay. How many times do I need to scratch in this rack?
It was a 2, I think.
Yeah.
You didn't need to do that for sure.
Nope.
That 7 is a problem. I've got to play that 7 in this same pocket here. That is definitely a problem. I could, but I gotta get to the 6-ball from there, so I can't do anything with that. I wonder if I can play 2 by 8 or 7 and still float down there and get it up for real. I bet I could. Let's see if I can execute that. I can get 7. So you need to be much more. If it skips off and I got it.
It was the top side of the 7 that got you. Yeah, you needed to hit the bottom side of it. That was the right idea, though. I think develop the 7 a little bit.
Except this isn't the time to practice.
That's true. That's true.
This is not the time to practice.
Yeah, you gotta beat me. You gotta try to beat me.
Because I am a world champion on this table.
I mean, yeah.
It's just not translating right now. Okay, this flush. Keep that cue ball right there. Up, skipped off the side, and left him a shot, and then.
You surprised me with that one. I thought it was like kick and stick territory.
I was trying to. I was desperately trying to keep the cue ball right there.
Thanks.
We've got 5-3, 4,
5.
5-2.
I think you got 3. Yeah, 5-3.
I can't seem to get over the hump.
I'm letting you in, man.
There's no time in developing the
Windows.
there. I didn't need to. I had a plan already and stick with it.
Yeah.
I already knew I was playing up in the corner. So at some point, I was committed to it.
Windows open, as they say.
Now, if it was stuck to the rail, I don't know that I would have done that shot. Would
Right.
have planned accordingly
Right.
for it.
Right.
But given it was off the rail,
I think you did the right thing. It was just you hit the wrong side of the 7. Just too full on the 7, and it didn't send you down table.
I desperately needed it. It's all right.
Still some pool left.
I'm fine with it. I just needed to be. You know, something crazy here. With all of our play, we've not put an 8 ball in on a break and or a 9 ball. Surprisingly.
That's true. That's true.
Oh boy. That's 7.
Loving the discussion in the chat here, guys. Thanks for coming to hang out, William.
There's a lot of movement here. Well, the name of the team. No guts, no glory. Let's see if we can. Yes, I could play the safe. Try that down there. And send that right through there. Let's do that. Thank you, Bobby, for taking a few extra moments to think about what
I
we're
think,
doing.
yeah, they're the two selves. The two selves are getting
Yeah, so
involved
I
here.
got this side and this
I know.
side.
I know. Just reach a consensus and commit.
Because the legal shot is the cue ball. And that's much better, smarter play, Bobby. Good Lord.
Interesting spot. That's the shot, dude. Hell yeah. Stop shot on the cue ball. Create distance.
And you have the jump cue.
Yeah, I know you're gonna hit it. Your jumps are on.
I hope they hit it. I make them scratch over a 15 shot in the side is the plan. But the risk reward on that is
Likely to get a look at the two.
kick at it. And this is a new case. So the dilemma is jump versus kick. Kick is pretty straightforward and wide open. Jump, I feel, is a much higher percentage of a shot right now that I don't know that I need to take to chop that in there. I mean, I gotta cut that thin. If I hit it to make it in the corners, it's scratching. I'm not gonna have enough English to draw that back.
No, if you're gonna make it, send it inside. And worst case scenario, you run into the 8. But I still think you're gonna come away with a look at the 2.
You thinking jumping versus kicking? Kicking is just a straight angle, but anytime you jump the ball, it's certainly.
I think the problem is just the entry angle with the kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it certainly takes the cue ball down table.
With a risk of scratching the corner, though, because you're coming at it more full.
I'm gonna jump it.
I think the jump is there. I'd rather jump it.
We'll jump it. No guts, no glory.
There it is.
That's
There it
where
is. Good shot. 8 ball. There's your look.
It was.
Yeah, good shot.
Thank you.
Larry, not sure you would. Yeah, I respect that. I completely understand that. William, yeah, I feel your pain. It is really hard to retrain that stuff. Shot. No way. Oh, come on.
Will work.
Hey, Kevin, what's going on? Lost to a 7 in singles. Yeah. Yeah. Strong 5 should be a 6. Gotcha. Larry, I totally agree about a good coach. I think that, crowdsourcing can be useful, but having that focused pair of eyes, it's invaluable. Yeah, Ponch, you said it. It's a great cut.
See, I didn't move on that.
I saw you stayed still.
I stayed absolutely down.
I know, man.
I didn't even look to see where the ball was going.
You shot through it, and guess what? You hit your line.
I didn't get any easier.
I mean, you got to celebrate that 3-ball shot. Go you're one at a time, and
I can cut it.
you are still at the table. Like you said, you're in control.
Didn't mean to do that.
Nice out.
Thank you.
Way to work it out.
Those weren't easy shots, you know that.
Yeah, well, it started with that jump shot, right? Like you had to make like a ballsy decision to put yourself in a better
I'm
spot.
glad we talked about it, kind of like we talked about what we talked about earlier.
Yep. Little give and take here. It's a competition, but we're trying to make each other better. Chat liked your cut shot on the 3.
Oh, thank you. That wasn't easy. That should have been flawless on any shot
Yeah.
I had tonight.
Well, you got the reward on the 4 ball too
I
because
did.
you made a good cut.
I did.
Pool gods know. Yeah, Kevin, I can't get into BCA. It's on the wrong side of town. It's too far away for me, unfortunately, so I'm not on BCA teams right now.
Is the question the logistics in the time to do it, or is let's say we both get on a team and drive together, is that, or it's just not feasible for you?
It's what a kiss! No way. Yeah, it's not.
I have people that play BCA that asked me I was going to join BCA. And once again, until God makes an 8th day.
Yeah.
Or
that's
30
most.
30
Yeah.
hours in a day.
Yeah, that's.
One on the way, correct?
That's most of it. Yeah. So September for number 2, which the U.S. amateurs same weekend.
Lord.
Yep. So.
Well, I am certainly praying that God will work a miracle and you can get to play in that.
Thank you. Yeah.
First
Yeah.
responsibility clearly is the family.
Yeah. Yeah. It's days of the week, and it's trying to get work established. Not even so much the travel time or the distance, but I'd love to do it, especially for getting the Fargo more established.
Yeah, I would like to establish that myself. So I feel I can play. I mean, I just need to get the buckle down and fix my problems. That's where I seen it going the whole time.
Yeah.
It was my plan the whole time going in that pocket.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I would have hit that ball harder, and I'm looking where your result was. I'm like, good Lord.
Oh,
You
right.
overshot that a little bit, and I was thinking of more pace.
Yeah. It's so, they're so deceptive, you know, because it travels that thin cut.
You're not taking anything off it when you're cutting that 8-ball.
No,
When you're
no,
cutting
you.
the 8-ball, it's on its way. There's no slowing down
Definitely.
from that shot. Well, we've been in this position before. Now it's 6-4. Is that correct?
That is correct.
This is another duplication. Not happy about it right now.
Yeah. Change up my brake. That one is not working. Good cue ball. Better cue ball. William, you are spoiled. You do have it all. It's growing, though. It's growing everywhere.
That was not committing.
Oh, boy.
That was not committing. I guess it was a commitment, but without the stroke, I really needed to power through that, and I did not do it.
Thanks. Tricky.
A rare miss.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still not a good rack.
Let you deal with it. Yeah.
The ball's in the exact same spot.
Almost. Yeah. I was just trying to.
If you play for the 4 banking, you still got to deal with a 5. So
I know.
Good at this rate. So
I know.
My original.
Hey, ref. See you later.
The combination on 4-8. I need to be nice and straight on that. To do that. This is a dangerous shot too. That's what I want.
Just a heads up, I'll have to take off after this set.
Oh, yeah. I assumed you would.
Yeah.
As much as I would like to shoot all night long.
I have the energy and the motivation, but it's a matter of like, what's my tomorrow gonna look like?
I understood. There will be another day.
Yeah.
There'll be more days. Yeah, I still have you and me both. I still have strawberry pie. I've got to cut up 5 quarts of strawberry.
Oh, you said that, yeah, yeah.
That still needs to get done. Because he's taking 12 of the little ones to work tomorrow. Okay, so there's a slight chance this can get broke out on the return trip here. So how do we want to play this here? Be more aggressive? Why not? Let's see if we can send it.
Oh.
I was thinking, oh God, don't hit the
7. It was tracking right.
My intent was to hit the 5 solid.
Yeah, I was tracking pretty well.
Mm-hmm. So be smart here.
Woodworking pastor. Wow, you are in the complete opposite situation as William. That's unfortunate. Yeah. Off the 6. I knew the combo was on, but I was trying to play for the bank. Get punished. Yeah, nudged it right out for you though, didn't I?
It's awfully close. Can you hear them when you're talking? Can you hear them? How do you know?
I'm reading the chat.
Oh,
like
gotcha.
they send me these messages and I'm just reading them on the screen
them,
here.
When you're over here, then you're responding to it.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Everybody's sending you their gratitude. They appreciated it. Yeah.
I don't know them, but I appreciate them. They're more than welcome to be here. Oh, Bobby, that is not what you wanted to do there.
Shot. All right.
Well, just trying to hold my own here.
Yeah. I need to tighten things up. I got a little sloppy in that last rack.
Well, I played that 5 was intentional play there. You know where I put it?
Oh, sure.
I was just lucky it was off. You know, it wasn't straight. It presented a problem.
Right. Yeah.
Had it gotten straight, I was like, oh, good Lord. I'll be interested to. Well, I can go back and read all the comments and stuff later, right?
I have those saved. Yep.
It'd be nice to read that.
Yeah, they'll be up there for you. It's all good, useful stuff.
Oh, there it is. Damn. Oh, got lucky there. That's been my Achilles heel, scratching and
Getting yeah.
Yes. And I thought I just, for no reason, hit the balls way harder than I've been hitting them.
Yep.
Just trying to show your group out there that I can actually hit them hard.
Show me, right,
That's
right.
what I need to be doing.
No, it's not show off time.
It's costing already. Did not hit that hard. Obviously, I was trying to bring the cue ball. I was hoping to bring the cue ball off the table
To send me up.
into the
I
mess.
see. I see.
It did not think that one all the way through. That was a costly mistake. You do know it's ball in hand from there, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I know you just want to make sure you're
Yeah.
really
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, did you put the cue ball there or did I put the cue ball there?
You rolled it out and then I put it there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I missed you moving it. That was the only reason I said something.
You're
So
fine.
Sorry about that.
You're fine. Got pretty steep on this one. That's not gonna go.
Can I see it?
Yeah, you got a piece of it. I don't know if you can make it, but you got a piece.
Yeah, that shot. I'm definitely committing to going up and down the table on that one. Only because I know there's no way I can hold it. Although you did, you were close. Yeah, it's. I got the 5 to deal with here. I got the 3 to deal with here. Just thumbs up.
That's what I did.
Yep. Now, at 5, I cannot. Love to have gotten there to do that, but I cannot control that enough. I might be able to throw it. No, I can't. Don't try.
Thanks, Punch.
Don't try. I come right back up to the middle. 5 goes in club. No, it doesn't make the ball. Oh,
It almost laid up real pretty for you.
you almost did. It's past the pocket. I did not know if I could get to that. I've been here before and I don't like it. Very risky. A safe shot is just to play the safe on there. Just see what happens. So let's just do that. sir. Outstanding. I was gonna go down. I decided I was gonna go down with you shooting those out. I said let him shoot them out if he does it. And so you got perfect on the 6. You could stun to the 8 and make it that easy.
Yeah, and I wanted to be on the other side of the 9, but yeah, it's that stun follow.
Yeah,
I need to.
That's correct. I thought for sure you were going to draw that as straight as you were on that 8. The way
I had it.
All you got to do is get it back.
I know. I had it, and usually I feel okay about those. And I got down on it, and I was like, I don't like this one.
Yes,
and so I had to reset. I had to
you did.
and so you have to listen to that voice. And yeah, for whatever reason, that one just grossed me out. So I was like, I'll just have to shoot it another way, I guess.
Well, I think it was a great match. I had a great time. I didn't obviously come up with a victory, but I felt I played well.
I think so too, man. I think yeah.
It's not like I'm out in left field. I just need to hone in on smoothing some things out in my game, and I think I could get to be a big problem for people playing.
Definitely.
I think you're already there. I just need to get to that level.
Right.
That smoothness.
I think you played good. People pointed that out. So yeah, definitely I would go back to look at the comments. Thanks everybody for putting that stuff in there. Yeah, they were talking about your grip seems like it's a little too tight, and I know you're aware of that.
Yeah, been trying to work on it.
And it's that transition. So for me, I really like to think about the slow backswing and that even transition. Maybe even a little pause on the backswing can help with the acceleration, because when you get back, you're like kind of stroking through. And I think it's throwing off. You're sort of anticipating one speed and then coming through with a different speed. And so your body's preparing for one and then executing another one.
In practice, I am more to doing the correct thing in practice, but it wasn't translating into our match. A lot happened.
Yeah.
You were here.
I know. And it was,
And I wanted to try and play well.
Yeah.
Not really sure you were going to do this. We talked about it, and that's fine. That was great, actually. But I kind of reverted to old habits and tendencies and didn't...
Yeah. I think it exposes stuff that's so valuable, and that's part of why I love doing it for myself. And like I mentioned, early days, it's additional pressure. It's a lot of I have to set up the camera, and is my battery going to run out? And now I have to look at these comments or whatever.
And the things that I'm doing in practice, I'm playing the 9-ball, are things that I've been working on that D has already showed me.
Right.
But it did not really. It hasn't translated into the competitive and the game part of it. It is all day long when I'm not here. I'm a world champion. You can't see what the camera's on.
Right.
I'm stroking the ball. It's doing what it didn't translate so much all the time here. A couple shots, yes. Others, no.
What helped for me with those fine mechanics, like the fine tuning, like we were talking about, and some of the stuff they brought up in the chat, is using a drill that will simulate pressure. So like the Ghost, right? And if you play the Ghost with a handicap, or you play whatever kind of run out you're playing, like 6, 7, 8, 9-ball, whatever you're playing, make it really hard on yourself and use those skills during that pressure situation in the drill. So play the Ghost, but then think about every single shot when I'm playing the Ghost, I have to do the slow backswing with a pause. And this race to 10 against the Ghost, every single shot has to be that.
And then you're Ghost, you're talking about playing as if I'm playing an opponent. Is that what you're?
Oh yeah. So right.
Is that what you mean by when you're using the word Ghost?
No, it's a specific drill. So basically, playing the Ghost in 9-ball, you rack up 9-ball, you break, you take ball in hand, you need to run out. If you don't run out, the Ghost gets a point and wins that rack automatically. If you run out with ball in hand, you get a point.
Okay.
And you race to 10.
Okay.
So that's playing the Ghost. But if you're not getting out in 9-ball, start with 4-ball, 5-ball, something like that, something that you can win, and then work your skill level up from there.
I routinely run out 9-ball racks.
Yeah, then start with 9-ball.
Over and over and over.
Then start with 9-ball. Or if it's too easy for you to do it with 10-ball, because you breaking and taking ball in hand in your own house should feel easy in those games as long as you find the right level. But what I'm saying is, not only play the Ghost with ball in hand and the race to 10, but tell yourself that I am practicing this specific skill. Maybe it's the slow backswing. And then you have a whole set of every single shot gives you those reps, and you get a ton of practice in.
There's a lot of times I feel that in practice that, everything is right there. But putting a shot after shot after shot together with it, it's almost I don't quite trust it yet.
Right.
And I revert back to the jabbing, the quick back and forward.
Another thing that I did was 80-20. So you set up this shot and run it down the rail, and you need to make it 8 out of 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
You're allowed 2 misses, right?
Yeah.
80-20. But every single time you shoot the shot, you obviously want to make it, but you need to pay like really close attention to, did I hit this rail and then it went in? Did I hit this rail and it went in? Or it went clean in the pocket?
Mm-hmm.
If I miss it, did I miss it here? Did I miss it here?
Right.
And you start to, at least for me, the goal was to change my relationship with mistakes in practice. Because before that, before I learned that lesson, I would go to practice and I would make mistakes and get like flustered and be like, oh, I guess it's just not my day or whatever. And it would like sabotage my set.
Mm-hmm.
But when you change your relationship with practice to where you see those flaws and mistakes as opportunities,
Mm-hmm.
and you pay close attention to, and you start to feel grateful when something goes wrong, because it's like, oh, cool, I can get better at that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm routinely missing it over here. What does that mean? How do I make that adjustment? And then when you do it, you start to feel better and you create a positive feedback loop. That kind of practice relationship is just going to like skyrocket your game because you're more efficient. Like you get more out of it.
Yeah.
The time that you spend.
Yeah, like I knew what I did on that shot. So obviously I didn't hit it on a 90 degree to make that. I hit it just past it, just
on
a
the,
fraction,
yeah,
which trickled it away from the pocket by
Right.
the time it got there.
Right, right.
You know, the perfection wasn't there at
Yeah.
the focal point.
Yeah, this 80-20, this particular shot, doing that repeatedly on both sides of the table, obviously. But like
he was having me Jeremy Miller. So the ball would be halfway between them and here. So the head spot would be there. So that's where the cue ball would be. And so you'd have to make that shot routinely to play the 8 ball there. So what he was teaching me here and getting me to understand is my follow through. Instead of jabbing in and muscling the ball, to let the English take to get me, so you could see where he landed here, here, or here to
Right.
get perfect
Right.
on it. And
Yeah.
so it's funny because I sat here for quite a while one night, I would say a good 45 minutes, and practiced
mhm.
and got real good at it. I came back a few days later to do it, and it's like I never did it before.
Interesting.
Couldn't even figure out
Huh.
where I was going wrong with it.
That's
And
interesting.
now I wasn't videoing yet
Right.
to get to
To
that
see
level,
the, yeah.
to see what I was doing wrong. But we'll go back to that. And so what I would do here to keep it simple is I would put this ball, I'd put a ball pretty closer, and then I'd put another ball, grab another ball. There.
Just to, right, to mark, kind of mark
Yes,
it.
exactly right. So I don't have to measure this each time.
Yeah.
You know, because the cue ball's not going to hit that in what I'm doing. So I could just quickly put the cue ball back there and another object ball back here,
Sure.
and keep doing that over and over again,
Yeah.
instead of trying to line that back up each and every time.
Do you ever use the 3-ring binder reinforcements? Have you seen that?
Mm-mm.
Little donuts.
Mm-mm.
The 3-hole punch on pages. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like back in school when they would 3-hole punch
Yes.
the pages.
Yeah, yes.
Little paper reinforcements, little donuts.
Yes.
Buy those, and it's the exact same size as the bottom of the ball, and you can stick it to your table.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. It's like a donut. I thought when you mentioned that you were actually referencing the actual punch out from the 3-hole punch, the little.
Yeah.
thing.
No, the reinforcements.
Yes.
Buy those.
Are they sticky or you? So my thought.
It's a sticker.
So my thought there was, does the glue affect putting it on there?
I've never noticed anything. I've been
Okay.
using them for a long time.
Okay.
And they're a perfect training tool because it's the exact spot that you're looking for.
Okay.
And the ball actually rolls onto them and stays there.
Yeah.
So they're phenomenal for this. Anyway, it would just save you a step.
Yeah. That's what I did to get that repetition of over and over and over that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I didn't have to keep calculating exactly where it was. I just did it. And,
Right.
I got actually pretty decent at it. I was routinely getting that ball down to this first time and right in the area to play that.
Right
shot
onto the
and do
short
it.
rail. Yeah.
That's
Nice.
what I said after I do it. Now you got to shoot the shot.
Oh, right. You got to
If you get
make
there,
the.
just don't say I got there. Finish it off, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether
Yeah.
you got there.
Practice what happens in the game situation for sure.
It matters if you make the next ball, because that's the one that counts. The only one that counts. So I had a great time.
I did too. Let me close up the stream here. Thanks everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks Ponch, William, Larry. Who else is in here? Pastor. Yeah. Thanks everybody. Thanks for checking it out. Had an awesome time. I will definitely be doing more of these. Bob Williams saying that he likes scoring drills, something that has a point system so that you can track your progress over time. And that's the same thing. I can send you my ghost drill. I made a spreadsheet